Thank you, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member Tester, and thank the panel for being here. If I had time, I was going to ask this question on the end, but it touches on what Senator Tester finished on. I understand that we're going to have a markup in the House this Thursday, I believe. I also understand that the chairman of the House committee is going to introduce or allow the introduction of some 35 amendments. And I would like to know, to the extent that you all have done the research, if there are any of those amendments that you think are particularly helpful or particularly harmful to getting this to the president's desk. And we'll start with Mr. Butler.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, I'll say kind of quickly and bluntly to give the others time. We're not against what the House is trying to do. Our concern is that we're running out of time. We've been working on this for so long. You know that. We appreciate what the Senate has done. We've been, and so many VSOs have been and are behind passage of the Command of Hannon Act.
Mr. Butler, that's the reason for my question. There's very few things that go through this committee that I ever have an objection to. I am worried about runway at the end of Congress, and also whether or not the amendments can be viewed as being additive to the core of what we're trying to do with Senate Bill 785. If there are other good ideas, then I wouldn't necessarily want to attach it, as a vehicle for getting something done at the expense of getting nothing done. Anyone else on the panel have any comments?
Yes, sir. This is Katie from the American Legion. The American Legion, we're really passionate about research, and we really strive to identify the gaps in care in order to be able to confidently support legislation like S 785. We did extensive reviews of the House 35 additional sections or sections that were pulled out that they did, and we are very much in support of all of the efforts that they have put in there for research. And we really want to be able to partner with them in the future to be able to get those passed. However, we really do feel the need, as everybody else done, that this bill gets passed in the 116th Congress. But again, we really do appreciate the work that they put into those additional pieces of legislation, and we really hope that they stick with it for the next Congress so that we can revisit those.
Oh, this is Jim Lorraine. Just to answer your question, Senator Tillis, we asked 600,000 veterans and their families, and 77% don't believe that dishonorably discharged should have access to VA healthcare. I don't know if everyone understands what a dishonorable or a bad conduct discharge entails in terms of punitive action and court martials and the extent of murder, rape, pedophilia, et cetera. But they're pretty serious crimes. And I think when you open that up, that's in one of the bills that the House is proposing. For us, we also look at the Senate 785 allows communities to identify the best way that they should approach doing community-based care. The House companion is mandates its collective impact, which works in some areas but doesn't work in rural areas. It's been well documented. So if there's two things that we would focus on, it would be those two. But to go to what my colleagues have said, my fellow panelists, we have 785 is a fully packaged, integrated bill. What I like is that it's built on each other, and I just don't see that on the other side. And then I think most American people aren't sure what's going to happen in Washington, D.C. within the next month to 2 months. And what they're interested in is let's get a bill passed while we know where we stand, before we get into a point post-election where it may be delayed out, a vote may be delayed out, and get us past the 116th Congress. And then we have to do something. We have to start from scratch again. This is the right bill for right now. That's the reason why we support it.
Thank you. Any other comments from the panel, the virtual panel? Well, Mr. Chairman, I used all my time on that one question, but when you have thousands of veterans dying every year, losing their lives to suicide, I believe there are a lot of great ideas that we should work on, but just exactly what Jim said there towards the end. This is an integrated bill. If there are amendments that make it better but focus on the core objectives of this bill, I think that they would be welcome. They'd probably make it through conference fairly quickly. But if this becomes a vehicle for other matters that are very important, you could take a very impressive list of VSOs that support this bill and have it fragment. And then thousands more lives may be lost because we're not getting this core bill through. So I just encourage my House colleagues and all the VSOs to go in and think about how does this make this foundation, this bill foundation better, and then let's work on all the other things. We'll never fully repay the debt. We're making installments every time we do something here. I think this would be a major installment if we could move it through quickly in this Congress. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Senator Tillis, thank you very much, and even perhaps more importantly, thank you for teeing up our witnesses and the comments they made in response to your question. Those comments were very helpful and needed.